What if I told you there's a sound, just one, that, when spoken from the right place within you, could shift your entire reality forever? Not in theory, not as a belief, but as an actual vibration that reorganizes your energy the moment you release it. A sound so powerful, so ancient, it was hidden for thousands of years, guarded by mystics, protected by silence, and only revealed to those who were ready. Would you listen? Would you feel it? Would you let it rise from your own stillness? This isn't just about sound. It's about the energy behind the sound. A frequency you were born with but forgot. One that doesn't require years of spiritual practice or endless repetition. Just one conscious moment. Just one sacred breath, and your field begins to change. You see, the ancients understood what most of us have forgotten, that your life is not just shaped by actions or circumstances, but by vibration. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every emotion you carry, it all sends a signal, and that signal shapes what the universe sends back. This is not mystical fantasy. It is energetic law. You are vibrating every second of every day, and your reality is simply reflecting that vibration back to you. But here's the part no one teaches. Most of us were trained to vibrate low. Fear, guilt, shame, self-doubt, these were taught to us, not because they are natural, but because they are controllable. And when your vibration is low, your reality stays small. Your choices feel limited. Your emotions stay trapped. And your life becomes a loop. The same patterns, the same struggles, the same cycles that never seem to end. But they can end, not by changing your outer world, but by realigning your inner frequency. Because when your vibration rises, everything rises with it. And to shift it, you don't need more effort. You need more awareness. You need the one sound that wakes up everything inside you. You're about to remember it now, but to release this sound the right way, to let it ripple through your energy field with full power, there's one thing you must do first. Return to the silence within, because this sound isn't just spoken, it is born from stillness. And once you find that stillness, once you breathe from that sacred center, the vibration will rise. And when it does, your life will never vibrate the same again. It begins in the quiet, not the kind of quiet that comes from isolation, but the kind of stillness that rises when your spirit gets tired of the noise. A sacred exhaustion that no longer wants to perform, chase, or prove. A whisper inside that says, come back to what is real. Come back to what is already here. And often, that journey home begins not with some grand event or cosmic sign, but with something far simpler, far older than words. Nature, not as an escape, not as a backdrop, but as your original teacher. The first voice you ever heard beyond the womb. The one who watched over your soul long before you had a name. The one who has never forgotten you, even when you forgot yourself. You don't need a forest. You don't need a pilgrimage. Just take off your shoes. Place your feet on the earth. Feel the grass, the dirt, the stone, even concrete warmed by the sun. Let your body remember what your mind has long dismissed, that you are made of the same essence as this earth. Your bones, your breath, your blood, your heartbeat, they are not separate from the soil. You are not an outsider in this world. You are part of it. And when you make even the smallest effort to touch it with reverence, the earth responds. There's something ancient and holy that awakens when your bare skin touches the earth. It's not just a trendy wellness ritual. It's not a spiritual cliche. It's a return, a remembrance. It's a sacred recalibration. Something far more profound than grounding occurs in that moment. It is a reunion, a gentle merging between the human soul and the living memory of the earth. The ground beneath you is not just soil, stone, grass, or sand. It is alive with the pulse of time. It hums a frequency so constant, so steady, that we forget it's even there until we pause long enough to feel it. This frequency has a name in science: the Schumann resonance, a natural electromagnetic rhythm that echoes between the earth and sky. But even that label feels too small for what it truly is. Because this is not merely about physics. This is about belonging. It is the rhythm of life, the heartbeat of a planet that has held you since before you had a name. A soundless song that sings, "You are home. You are safe. You are whole." When your skin meets the earth, when your feet press into the soil, when your palms rest against a stone, when your back lays upon the grass, something shifts, not on the surface, but deep within your nervous system, deep within your cells, deep within your soul. It is the moment your body stops performing and starts remembering how to rest, how to breathe, how to be. You don't need to mentally understand it. You don't need to analyze it, label it, or give it a name that fits inside a book. The earth doesn't need you to explain her. She only needs you to feel her, to receive her, to trust her enough to be still. Let yourself feel the wind brushing across your skin, not as an inconvenience or a chill, but as a blessing, a soft whisper reminding you that the unseen is always moving on your behalf. Let the sound of birdsong become your music, replacing the anxious hum of electricity and traffic. Let the sun kiss the back of your neck, not as a threat to be shielded from, but as a gift of light, warmth, and vital energy. These are not luxuries reserved for vacations or retreats. These are ancient medicines, frequency medicines, and they are free, freely given, freely available, and freely received, if only we stop long enough to notice. The truth is, nature asks for nothing in return. She doesn't demand praise, payment, or performance. She simply waits. She waits in her stillness, in her patience, in her power, vibrating in her eternal rhythm. She is always ready to hold you, cleanse you, restore you, and she waits, not in frustration, but in unconditional welcome, for the moment when your spirit becomes quiet enough to hear her again. Because something magical happens when your chaotic frequency begins to align with hers. Slowly, gently, your energy shifts. Anxiety gives way to calm. Noise gives way to silence. Fear gives way to trust. And the fragmented pieces of your energy field begin to gather, to unify, to remember their original shape. It's not just grounding, it's resurrection. It's the soul shedding the false layers of urgency and returning to the eternal now. It's the nervous system unwinding from the pressure to prove, achieve, and impress, and learning again how to rest in being. It's your body, your breath, your spirit aligning into one coherent rhythm. matching the pulse of the planet that birthed you. There is no need to earn this recalibration. It does not require perfection. The earth doesn't care how spiritual you are or how broken you feel. She welcomes you in all your mess. She doesn't flinch at your confusion, your numbness, or even your doubt. She simply meets you where you are and reminds you, through frequency, through feeling, through touch, that healing doesn't always require effort. Sometimes it only requires presence. And that is the secret. Presence is the portal. When you become fully here, barefoot, breath slowed, heart open, the earth begins to work on you, not by fixing you, but by reminding you that you were never broken to begin with. In her presence, you begin to remember that you belong, that you are not separate from life, but one with it, that your energy was never meant to exist in a fragmented, frenzied loop of survival. You were designed to move with the rhythms of the cosmos, the tides, the moon, the trees. You were designed to feel, to connect, to resonate. So, come back to the forest floor, to the edge of the sea, to the quiet field at sunrise. Take your shoes off, lay down your burdens. Let the earth hold you. Let her teach you what stillness really means. Let her remind you that restoration doesn't come from doing more, but from surrendering into what already is. This is not imagination. This is not poetic fluff. Quantum physics already confirms what mystics have known for millennia. The body responds to energy. The heart has an electromagnetic field. The mind responds to vibration. And when you place yourself inside nature's frequency, you don't just feel better. You realign. You heal. You remember. You sink back into the sacred intelligence that's been humming beneath your feet this entire time. So stop waiting for permission. You don't need a mountaintop, a ceremony, or an Instagram-worthy sunrise. All you need is a patch of ground, a few minutes of silence, and a willingness to be still enough to feel. Because the earth is always speaking, and when you finally listen, you'll realize she's been saying the same thing all along. Welcome back. Love, I never left you. You just forgot how to feel me. Now, feel me again, and let yourself return. Because that's what's been missing, isn't it? Not power, not wisdom, not love. What's been missing is alignment. You've been pouring energy out, trying to heal, trying to rise, trying to understand. But your soul doesn't need more understanding. It needs remembering. It needs resonance. And that resonance can't come from books, doctrines, or even meditations alone. It comes from feeling again, feeling what is true, feeling what is real, feeling what is already vibrating underneath the surface of all you're seeking. And once you've allowed the earth to pull you back into harmony, once your field begins to reorient to her rhythm, you can begin to build the next layer of your energetic frequency through words, but not ordinary words, not words spoken mindlessly, not chants recited without presence, but words that carry weight, words that move you, words that vibrate through your bones when you say them aloud. There are words you were born to speak, not because they're mystical, but because they're true. I am light. I am presence. I am sovereign. My energy is whole. I am what I've been searching for. When these words are spoken with truth, when they come from the heart and not the mind, They create ripples in your field. Each syllable becomes a frequency that resonates through your energy centers, reminding you of your original signature. Words, when aligned with feeling, become portals. They don't just describe your reality, they shape it. And this is not a spiritual theory. This is physics. Your vocal cords, your breath, your emotional charge, all release vibrations into your field. And those vibrations either reinforce what's real or echo what's false. That's why empty affirmations feel lifeless. They carry no emotional weight. They become noise. But when you speak from your soul, even just a few words, they become activation codes. They tell your cells, awaken. They tell your nervous system, relax. They tell your field, remember. So speak, not to convince, not to perform, but to resonate, to align your words with your vibration and your vibration with your truth. Now you are grounded. Now you are speaking truth. Now you're ready for the next layer, seeing from within. Close your eyes, not to escape, but to enter. Visualize light around your body, swirling, moving, intelligent. Choose the colors that speak to your needs. Gold for protection, white for purification, blue for calm, green for healing. Let it move around you, through you. Let it touch the places in your field that feel dense or forgotten. You are not making this up. You are commanding energy. You are interacting with the intelligence of your own field. Quantum physics has already proven this. Your brain does not distinguish between something physically experienced and something emotionally visualized. When you visualize light with feeling, your energy responds. Your frequency shifts. Your field reorganizes. And this is how your vibration begins to rise, layer by layer. First through contact with the earth, then through the truth of your voice, then through the light of your inner vision. These are not steps. They are frequencies, and they build upon one another. But even when you do all of this, even when you ground, affirm, visualize, and breathe, there's a noise that still lingers, a subtle interference that can undo all your progress if you don't address it. That noise is the mind, the chatter, the inner dialogue, the loop that never seems to stop. And it's the very thing that the great spiritual masters devoted their lives to understanding. They didn't sit in silence for years because they had nothing to say. They sat in silence because they discovered that silence is not emptiness. It is a frequency, a vibration so pure, so high, so restorative that nothing else compares. In that silence, the mind rests, the emotions settle, the nervous system recalibrates, and the soul, at last, takes the lead. In real silence, you don't have to do anything. Your vibration rises on its own, because there is nothing pulling it down. That's the secret of stillness. It's not passive. It's powerful. It's not boring. It's alive. It's not the absence of activity. It's the presence of undisturbed alignment. And you don't need hours, just minutes. Each day, minutes without your phone, without music, without talking. Just you, your breath, and the field. No searching, no fixing, just being. This is the fountain where your soul drinks when it's thirsty, the place where your field rests when it's tired. The moment when your vibration reclaims its own rhythm. But even then, even after deep silence has cleaned your energy, there's another layer still at play, one that few recognize, and that's your environment. Because no matter how aligned your inner world becomes, your energy still interacts with your surroundings, all the time, constantly, without exception. And the spaces you live in, the people you talk to, the sounds, the objects, the lighting, the smells, they all have their own frequencies, their own fields, and those fields either support your vibration or drain it. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt heavier? Like the air itself was saturated with tension or sadness? That wasn't just your mood. That was the field of the space. And conversely, have you ever entered a room that felt open, clean, bright, and felt your entire body sigh with relief? That's not your imagination. That's resonance. That's your energy field responding to the vibration of your environment. This is why creating a supportive environment is not an aesthetic choice. It's an energetic necessity. Start simple. Clean your space. Clutter isn't just visual, it's energetic. Stagnant objects hold stagnant energy. Dust, chaos, noise, they all lower frequency. So clear them. Open windows. Let in light. Let in fresh air. Let the space breathe. Then, bring in frequency tools. Sound is one of the most powerful. Play soft music, instrumentals, nature sounds, mantras, frequencies tuned to 432 Hz or 528 Hz. Sound restructures space. It literally rearranges molecules. It brings harmony where there was dissonance. Add scent. Scent bypasses logic and speaks directly to the emotional brain. Lavender for peace. Frankincense for purification. Sandalwood for grounding. Burn them with intention. Let the space absorb their message. And if you feel called, bring in crystals. They aren't decorations. They are stabilizers. They emit measurable vibrations that interact with the electromagnetic field of a room. Clear quartz for amplification. Amethyst for clarity. Black tourmaline for protection. Your space is your temple. Whether it's a bedroom or a kitchen, whether it's small or large, it holds your vibration when you forget. It supports your frequency when the world is chaotic. So make it sacred, not through perfection, but through presence. Because your vibration is precious, and everything around you either supports it or slowly erodes it. But now, we arrive at the final, most important truth. Everything we've done, grounding, affirming, visualizing, silencing, clearing the space, has led us here. To the moment where your vibration is no longer a temporary state, but a permanent one, a way of life. How? Radical presence. This is the final practice, the sealing, the anchoring, the embodiment. It's not about doing more. It's about being more here, not mentally, but energetically, fully occupying your field, fully inhabiting your life, not running when it's uncomfortable, not shutting down when it's overwhelming, but staying, breathing, feeling, choosing to hold your vibration no matter what is happening around you. Radical presence is the state where nothing pulls you backward, where the past cannot haunt you and the future cannot scare you. It's the 0 point, the still point, the space where everything becomes available because you are no longer vibrating from fear or lack. You are vibrating from truth. When you can hold your vibration in grief, you are sovereign. When you can breathe through conflict without collapsing, you are sovereign. When you can remain in your body when everything around you is spinning, you have sealed your vibration. This is what the mystics knew, that the goal is not to chase spiritual highs. The goal is to live the vibration you touched in silence, even when life gets loud, even when things fall apart, even when no one claps or understands. That's real mastery, because the universe doesn't respond to the things you do once. It doesn't respond to what you perform. It responds to what you embody, to what you sustain, to what you become. So let this be your turning point. Let this be the moment where your vibration stops fluctuating with your circumstances. Let this be the moment you become your own frequency anchor. And if you've read this far, then something in you already knows this is true. You are not here by accident. Your spirit has been calling you back to this remembrance. So say it, speak it, declare it. I activated my original vibration. Let that be your imprint. Let that be your offering. Let that be your signal to the universe, to your body, to your field, that you are no longer asking for alignment. You are living it. And if this message spoke to your spirit, and you want to help others remember too, there's a link in the first pinned comment where you can contribute. Your support helps spread this vibration to those who need it. Every offering becomes a ripple. And before you go, don't stop here. There's a continuation of this journey waiting for you. A sacred transmission that will take you even deeper. It's already appearing on your screen. Click it and let us keep rising together, because this is not the end. This is the beginning of your permanent vibration, and the entire universe is responding. 窗体底端